Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, we got a super special epic pick. This is the highest, though this is the longest as it gets before becoming a marathon, I think. Clocking in at around 16 minutes. Now, this one here in particular, is by JETHRO Tull. This is called Baker Street Muse, and this is a medley from their Minstrel in the Gallery album in 1975. And this was requested by Gary. Thank you so much, Gary. First of all, because this is obviously, yes, this is the longest here. And now, just to clear things up, it's a little bit longer than 16 minutes, but Gary was nice enough to, give me a little bit of a tip here, a little bit of an extra. So that, I think that was very, very nice. So it just, if people are like, hey, but it was longer than 16 minutes, he took care of it. So everything is, I think, very fair. And yeah, I'm super excited. This is an epic pick, but this is the long version because usually they're only 12 minutes, but this is 16 minutes. So yeah, I mean, this is what this tier is for. If you find a song or like a live concert that just goes on and it's like the longest improvisation and the solo is like 10 minutes long and you want to cover that song, that's the tier you can pick. And that's what he did, and I'm super excited. Minstrel in the Gallery, I think I've done, I don't know, I would have to check what I've done, but I've never done this one because it would have been either in a marathon or it was just too long. But I'm really glad that I came up, Alexia helped me with this, with a tier. There's an 8-minute song, there's a 12-minute song, 16, and then I think the next step would be to make a marathon, 25 minutes. I'm still working on those to see what I'm gonna do, but we'll see about those in the near future. But again, for now, I'm super excited. I mean, what is there to say of JETHRO Tull, progressive masters of their craft? Crazy music. I'm all in for it. If you're a JETHRO Tull fan, welcome. Like the channel, subscribe, leave a nice comment, for Gary or for myself, whatever you want to do. But yeah, let's get into it. Baker Street Muse medley. I have no idea what I'm getting into. I just know that JETHRO Tull are amazing. But yeah, 16 minutes. I think I've never done a song that long. Or maybe I've done some, I did some crazy longer songs with Alexia, I think Dream Theater, called A Change of Seasons. Check that out. Very cool progressive rock band, but newer stuff. Very, very cool. So without further ado, let's get into it. Again, thank you so much, Gary, for sponsoring this marathon. I hope you have an amazing time on your trip right now. I'm not going to give away where you are. This is private information, but I hope you're enjoying your trip, your stay. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. I mean, JETHRO Tull. I mean, is there anything else I have to say? So here we go with Baker Street Muse. Let's go. Enjoy.
Baker Street Muse, take one.
Take one. Okay, fair enough.
Windy bus stop, click shop window heat.
Pull up the lyrics.
Shady gentleman fly button feel.
Ooh.
In the underpass, a blind man stands with cold flute hands. Keyboard warriors changing the names. They advertise from the station stand with cold pretends. Symphony wordplay, I'll be your headline if you catch me another time. Didn't make it with the Backstreet Roots. Couldn't shake it with the Backstreet Blues. Like to take I'm just a Backstreet Muse. SB Puddle Brew boys throw it up clean. Coke and Bacardi colors them green.
Beautiful.
From the tithing pool goes the many-skirted princess with great finesse. Fertile earth, mother, your burial mounds is 50 feet down in the big street underground. But what the hell, I didn't make it with the Backstreet Roots. Couldn't shake with the Backstreet Blues. Like to take I'm just a Backstreet Muse.
That bass.
Walking down, I got to thinking how the hell
Okay, I'm sorry. For all you like super fans, I know interrupting is, but you can always listen to the song, you know, separately. I do have to interject. This is amazing. I love the I mean, it's very proggy. This is, I think, the most progressive I've ever heard them. We just haven't done enough Jethro Tull, but I love how baroque it sounds with the violin, and I love how I was gonna say John, okay. Ian Anderson nails that with his voice, you know, that baroque feel that the music has going on with the violin, and then that Arabian kind of like theme comes in that. It's so good, and it's just like so fast. The bass here is crazy good. The drummings, the drums, I mean the drum patterns, the time signatures. It's so complex. It's only at 4 minutes. It reminds me a lot of Gentle Giant. I already know who I'm going to recommend this to. I know a lot of people are very, very savvy in their bands, and they're going to say, yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Gentle Giant. But then there's other people that are not so much into the 70s prog scene and are just learning through the channel. But I love his voice here is fantastic. His flute is always, you know, always nails the right, you know, like rings the right bells. You know, he's always on point. But I love how heavy it gets between the acoustic little like sections, and how happy it sounds and then how serious it gets, and then they go back and they switch. It's like this interplay between. It's amazing. I love it, and we're not even by a stretch halfway through. This is fantastic. I just had to stop. I had to find a stopping place where I could talk about this, because at the end of 16 minutes, I won't really remember everything. I have to listen to it more, So, but let's keep going. This is great. That palm muting right there, very cool.
Big bottle Fraulein, put your weight on me. Set the picnic to the heart, desperate for more. And as a salt upon the mountain, little man is youth abounding, overdrawn and still counting. Vernacular the buzz, pretending getting close. The doorway of the stars, between the left the street and Mars, rubber than deal, flying button feel, testicle testing, wallet ever bulging, dress to the left divulging, the wrinkles of his years, wedding melodies fears, shedding them tears. Pocket of her resistance, international assistance, coming a generation full. The Jewish never ready to pull the sign over the wall. And he shudders as he comes, and my rudder slowly turns me into the
This is like when I hear this Jethro Tull, like I feel like in a fairy tale. This is like the what I love about their, like the folk in their music and the surrealness, and it's also like very. The lyrics are very. It's very lyrically heavy. There's so much information. Now it's very hard to, on the first listen, to like get all the instruments and all the lyrics and make sense of it all. It's very, very difficult. It's impossible for me right now. But I'm just like going with the music. I do have the lyrics on, so I know at least something, but I can't do it on the first listen. It's impossible for me. I would have to make the video double the length, just to analyze the lyrics. But they're beautiful, everything. The way he uses his voice to sing along with the instruments, the piano, it's just wonderful. He makes this he makes it, his singing is almost like John Anderson, of Yes. It's also very, he uses scales and notes that are very fitting to the music. For example, Gentle Giant does something completely opposite. It almost clashes sometimes against the music. But I mean, they do it on purpose, they do it on purpose. They say, the more people find this, just like the music, the better, that's their market, we're just going to come up with something very dense, but this is very beautiful. I love how, like, I suddenly feel like I'm walking in a forest, in almost like in the I don't want to say medieval times, but almost, yeah. I do get that feeling because of the flute and the violins, and you do feel a little bit in a different you know century, like, because it's almost like Lord of the Rings, like, you know what I mean, like, you get that feel. It's very cool, and I love that it's like this mix of heavy guitars, distorted guitars, and then acoustic strumming, and then beautiful scales and arpeggios, and just wonderful. I think this is my favorite Jethro Tull song, and yeah, I have to say it, and it's not even halfway. We're not even halfway through, so let's keep going. It's a wonderful one. I love it.
And here slip I, dragging one foot in the gutter, in the midnight echo hall, the shop that sells cheap radios. And there's a cheap, no bed, no bread, no butter, on a double yellow line, where she can park anytime. Oh, the Lady Grey, Crashberry waltzer, some only son's mother, Baker Street casualty. Oh, Mr. Policeman, blue shirt, belly master, feet and sticking plaster, move the old lady on. Strange part to Dutch, Romeo to her Juliet, her sleeping draughts, his poison regrets. No drunken bums allowed to sleep here in the crowded emptiness. No officer, let me send her to a cheap hotel. I'll pay the bill and make her well. Like hell, you bloody will. No do good overkill. We must teach them to be still, more independent.
I love when he harmonizes with the flute.
I have no time for Time magazine, I have no wish for wishing wells or wishing
Wow.
I have no house in the country. I have no motor car. And if you think I'm joking, I'm just a one-line joker in a public bar. And it seems there's nobody there for tennis, and I'm a one-man man. And I want no top 20 funeral or 100 grand. There was a little boy stood on a burning log, rubbing his hands with glee. He said, "Oh, Mother England, did you like my smile? Or did you light this fire under me? One day I'll be a minstrel in the gallery and paint you a picture of the Queen. And if sometimes I sing to a cynical degree, it's just the nonsense that it seems. So I drove down through the Baker Street Valley in my steep-sided unreality. And when all said and all's done, couldn't wish for a better one. It's a real life right, that certainty that I'm just a Baker Street muse. Talking to the gutters, thinking, winking in the same old way. I try to catch my eye, but I look the other way. Indian restaurants that carry my parade.
Wow.
Newspaper warriors changing the names. They advertise from the station stand, circumcised with culprit's head. When the bus stop, click shop window here, shady gentlemen fly button field. In the underpass, the blind man stands with cold flute hands. Symphony match and a breath out of time. You can call me on another line. Didn't make it with a Baker Street ruse. Couldn't shake
That Arabic lick.
with a Baker Street bruise. Like to take it, I'm just a Baker Street muse. I'm just a Baker Street muse. 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 I can't get out.
Okay. Wow. So if that was really take two, I mean, I don't know. It's a studio recording, so they can. But man, the musicianship in this track is just crazy good. I mean, the bass. I didn't even pay attention to the bass because I was so busy with the acoustic guitar, all the licks. You know, I mean, there is so much variety here in music and execution. The flute, everything that the flute does, his singing, the lyrics, the drums. I mean, just like this whole thing is just a masterpiece, you know. And I would love to listen to more. I was kind of like, you know, there was a little bit of a turn off when we did the full album, and not that it wasn't good. It was good, but it wasn't what we expected. We were just getting into prog, we were getting into Rush, we were getting into Yes and Genesis, and we wanted more of that kind of prog, you know. And I'm sure that Jethro Tull does meet those, you know, those expectations. But the one we did was, I think, just not the right album. We did Benefit, and that album had a little bit too much of I think it was bluesy and folky, but it didn't have that progginess that we expected from Jethro Tull. And then after that, we were kind of like, I don't know, you know, we don't really know. And then I can see that after that, we got Aqualung, and then Thick as a Brick, and then War Child, A Passion Play, and then this one here, Minstrel in the Gallery. So they got proggier, and then I know Songs from the Wood. I've done some Heavy Horses, Stormwatch. You know, I've done some reactions and marathons and stuff, but this is just like highlight. You know, this is like 75. I mean, everything that other bands were doing in 75. You know, Pink Floyd was doing amazing stuff, and Steely Dan and Yes, and I mean we just did like a comparison the other day. I think we did a full album by Aerosmith. We looked at what everybody else was doing at the time in that year. It was just insane, you know. And but this was just wonderful. Like, I can't wait to listen to it again. I can't wait to show it to Alexia. Let's see what she thinks, because we kind of fell off a little bit with Jethro Tull after, you know, what was it? What was the main ones that we did? Let me see. I don't know if they're on here, but let's see here on the channel. Let's see, Tull. So there are 16 videos, but it's also a lot of marathons, you know. So I did a lot of stuff just on the marathons because we did Orion, like Alexia and I together. We did My God. We did Cross-Eyed Mary, Aqualung. We did Locomotive Breath, but that's it. And, you know, all the other ones are pretty much me, you know, like one. I did a full marathon if you want to watch it. And the cool thing about Jethro Tull is they don't block, you know, they're cool with their music. They'll allow it, you know. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do Jethro Tull reactions because they actually stay, you know. They don't get taken down, and that is already a bonus, you know. So yeah, man, this was a great track. I loved it from beginning to end. It was just fantastic. And I can't wait to listen to more of that kind of Jethro Tull, you know. I remember that I couldn't pronounce Jethro, and I would always pronounce it wrong. And then Alexia said Jethro like death row, and I'm like, okay, I got it. So, it's so dark, but it's so good. Yeah, let me know what you think of this song, you know, all you Jethro Tull fans. I'm sure it's gonna get a lot of love, and but yeah, let us know what you think, if we should do something like this maybe, I mean, I don't know if this is their longest song ever. I could go through the albums, but oh my god, they're gonna be in Munich on October 19th. Let's see if they're gonna be in Denver. That would be crazy because we've been really lucky in these last couple of months. We've seen very, very old bands, but the original members like the Doobie Brothers we saw just a few days ago with the original vocal singer and Mike McDonald. And we also saw the Beach Boys, we saw the Aristocrats, we saw Dave Matthews. Like we've been really like busy, but right now it looks like they're in Germany only, like a Germany tour, and Italy, Paris. Wow, they're gonna be in Munich 3 nights. What's up in Munich? Like, what is there? And is there like some like girlfriend there or something? No, but man, this was so cool. Thank you so much for this, Gary. This was a treat to the eyes and to everything. You know, the lyrics. I have to listen to it again. What I usually do is when I do a reaction now, if I have some time left, I'll re-listen to the whole thing, and while I'm listening to, I'm editing the song. I put it, I transfer it to the other computer, render it there, and that's there. It stays, whatever it has to stay at for like maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Then I put it back on the other computer and add everything, thumbnails and stuff. But yeah, I would love to release it. But yeah, that's where I get my second kind of like, impression. That's when I come up with what to put on the thumbnail and all that good stuff. But yeah, this was amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, there's so much to talk about this song. There's so many sections. I would have to listen to it again but also the thing is, a lot of people are like, you don't pause, you're killing the vibe here. Come on, guys. I mean, you've heard the song hundreds of times. Don't watch reaction videos because people do react, and it feels really weird when you want to talk and you feel like, oh, I can't pause because some guy's gonna ruin it for me in the comment section, so just understand that a reaction video has to be paused also by law, because you can't just take a complete file and put it. That's why the marathons would get so many blocks, because I was not pausing. I would just play the song, talk, play the song. No, what you have to do is you have to interrupt the song and talk. That's when you're actually using fair use. So just a couple of things, that I've kind of learned throughout the years of doing this. So again, wonderful track. Thank you. Thanks everybody for being here. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think down below. If you want to thank, of course, Gary, please do so. That's always very nice because it creates a friendly conversation. You guys, talking about rock, prog rock, jazz, fusion, all that good stuff. Let's get together and do that. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one.